moving on, the war between Israel and Hamas has spilled over to 20th day today. Death toll in Gaza has reached over 6,500, taking overall death toll close to 8,000. Humanitarian crisis has gone from bad to worse in Gaza, with UN claiming that it will be forced to halt its operation in Gaza due to lack of fuel. Meanwhile, Israel has only ramped up its airstrikes across the strip, reducing residential buildings to rubble, thereby crushing civilians. In a never-before-seen footage, IDF soldiers are seen firing at a Hamas vehicle, killing the driver, who then lost control of the vehicle. The IDF soldiers are then seen running towards a halted car to eliminate the other terrorist who was trying to escape. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in an address, reiterated that all Hamas members will be eliminated. Netanyahu also accepted that October 7 onslaught by Hamas was a failure on Israel's part and that it would be thoroughly probed once the war against Hamas is over.
אנשי החמאס הם בני מוות. מעל האדמה, מתחת לאדמה, בתוך עזה, מחוץ לעזה. אזרחי ישראל, ה-7 באוקטובר היה יום שחור בתולדותינו. נברר עד תום מה קרה בגבול הדרום ובעוטף עזה. המחדל הזה ייבדק עד תום. כולם יצטרכו לתת תשובות. גם אני.
Pradeep Datta is joining us from Israel, who's been relentlessly reporting from Israel. Pradeep, take us through the current situation. Of course, Prime Minister of Israel vowing to destroy and demolish Hamas. Once again, attacks have, of course, intensified. There are efforts to send aid to Gaza from around the world that may stop. Israel, of course, receiving a lot of world support. UN condemning attacks on Gaza. And also, Israeli leaders shocked at UN's response. Yesterday, we heard that. You've been speaking to soldiers, leaders, civilians. Israel not ready to back down, and humanitarian crisis only worsening.
See, this was the first national address from the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, ever since the war has started. In this address, he said that this is the war for existence and they are going to fight it out, and they've got two main goals. One is that they have to wipe out Hamas. They have to ensure that their military and governance stability is completely dismantled and destroyed. And the second is that they have to ensure the release of all those people who are in the captivity of Hamas, because more than 200 people are still in their captivity. It's only 4 people who have been released so far. And the second thing he said, this is not a fight only for the Israel, it's a fight for the other countries too, because at the end of the day, it's a fight for the light to and the darkness that is here existing in this region. So this was the statement given by him. So he made it clear that they are preparing for the ground assault, and for that they are going to decide during the war cabinet meeting when exactly they have to enter. But they have to enter inside Gaza and finally to dismantle and decimate Hamas, that has been responsible for killing of so many people on October 7. But so far as the humanitarian crisis is concerned, yes, as the airstrike in that area continue, so is the civilian casualty also in Gaza mounting up. We have seen that more than 6,000 people have lost their life. And even yesterday, one of the journalist family members also died during the air raid. But so far as Israel is concerned, they are saying that we have been asking people in Gaza to move towards the safer places, because from ultimatum to ultimatum, we had been giving to them, because we do not want any kind of a collateral damage, because at the end of the day, it will be a war against Hamas. It's not a fight against Palestinian. And another thing what they are trying to tell the world is that Hamas do not represent sentiments and emotions of the people of Palestine. But it's the Hamas terrorists who are stopping people from moving from that area, because they are trying to block them. They are trying to use them as human shield. And that's one of the reasons that there is a casualty, because most of these Hamas terrorists, they have got the terror den in civilian inhabited areas. They have got the terror den in mosques. They are running their launching sites from the schools building and also civilian areas. So that's one of the reasons that their civilian casualty is increasing. So that's why the world community, including the Israel, had been telling people to move towards the safer places. Other big difficulty right now the people there in Gaza is facing is because there is no fuel. Many of the hospitals say that they will not be having fuel for another 3-4 days. After that, it's going to be a crisis hour for them. But so far as the Israel is concerned, they feel that if they will allow the fuel to enter inside the Gaza, that will be used militarily by Hamas terrorists to carry out attacks attacks on them. So that's why they are trying to block the entry of the fuel into that region. But if we look at the overall scenario in the world community, already we have seen the United States of America in the United Nations Security Council, they have passed a resolution and they have supported Israel. They have said that Israel has every right to defend themselves, target Hamas so that they can kill those people who are responsible for the slaughter of so many Israelis on October 7. And that was blocked by China as well as Russia. But we have seen the resolution.
Right, certainly attacks certainly intensifying. Pradeep giving us a 360-degree view of this war from Israel. Thank you for all those important details. Shifting focus.